The X-Wing is ready for some space battle in today's game, Space Attack for your Atari 2600. Another one of those M Network games that looks like an Intellivision game that gained a little too much weight. Let's go ahead and take Space Attack, pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Space Attack was published by the Mattel-owned M Network and carries a copyright year of 1982. The game is based on the Mattel Intellivision game Space Battle, which came out about 3 years earlier. Space Attack was programmed by Hal Finney, who also programmed Adventures of Tron, which I reviewed in episode 266, and Bruce Peterson, who also programmed the 2600 version of Lock and Chase, which I reviewed way back in episode 30. According to the manual, the object of the game is to defend your mothership from attacking aliens. And that's it. No backstory, no clarification on if you're an alien or not, just a simple protect the mothership that you will never see during the game setup. Space Attack is a 2-screen action game for 1 player only. The first screen is the radar screen. Here, the center represents where your mothership is, and the cluster of white dots represent the squads of attacking alien fleets. If an alien fleet gets to the center, you will hear a warning sound that will increase with intensity. If any alien squad stays at the center long enough, your mothership will be destroyed and the screen will turn red, ending your game in defeat. However, you are not helpless. You have 3 different colored squads, each with 3 ships at your disposal. When the game begins, you can select one of the 3 enemy squads to attack by pressing down on the joystick until the one you want is highlighted, and then, while holding the button down, pressing up on the joystick to send out the white squad, left to send out the blue squad, and right to send out the gold squad. You can only select 1 squad per enemy, so there is no teaming up. Once one of your squads has reached the enemy, it will begin to blink, indicating that you can now attack it. To do so, you must again press the joystick in the appropriate direction, but this time without holding down the button. So if you wanted to select the blinking blue squad, you'd press left, up for the white squad, and right for the gold. Once you do, you will enter the battle screen. Here you move a cursor with the joystick and press the button to fire. Holding down the button will give you continuous fire, but you can only have 1 shot on the screen at a time. To shoot the enemies, you basically have to shoot ahead of where they are going to be, as it takes a moment for your shot to get to them. When you do blow up an enemy, sometimes their debris will take out other enemies as well. They can also fire back, and if their shot turns red and hits your cursor, you will lose a ship. Once the battle is over, if you won, you can once again dispatch that unit to a new enemy. However, sometimes I found that your squads will actually take the long way going through the top or bottom of the screen, wrapping around and causing some graphical glitches, so it's best to choose an enemy pretty close to you after battle. The enemy will continue dispatching squads until they dispatched a total of 6 squads. Defeat all 6 squads and you win the game. Fail to and you lose. Points? There's no points given in Space Attack. You can use the difficulty switches in the game as well. When in the A position, the right difficulty switch will cause the enemies to move around quicker and shoot more often than in the B position. The left switch, when in the A position, will have activity continue on the radar screen with the computer fighting for you in other battles as you control your selected squad. When in the B position, the radar screen freezes while you fight. Graphically speaking, the radar screen is pretty bland, but then again, it wasn't much on the Intellivision version either. But the battle screen is okay. The sounds in the game are fitting, however, the alarm sound, if you win the game, might make you wonder if you actually lost the first time you hear it. And while this is a family-friendly game, the lack of pick-up and play controls might make this harder for younger ones to enjoy. At the time of my research on eBay, loose copies were going for $4, complete copies were going for $5.50 to $12, and new copies were going for $10 to $13, including shipping. So what did I think of Space Attack? Well, this is a game I owned as a kid, but I didn't understand how to play it since I got it without the manual. This is definitely one of those games you need to know how to play before picking up the joystick. But now that I understand how to play the game, after looking at the manual more than once, I do appreciate it more. I will say that the Intellivision version is much better. It's easier to control with the Intellivision controller, and it also felt like they gave you more room on the battle screen. And it gave you more difficulty options. If there was one big gripe I had with this version of the game, it's that the difficulty options are too unbalanced. On the easiest settings, I could easily beat the game, sometimes without losing a single ship, as the computer rarely shot me in the battle screens. However, when the left difficulty switch was in the A position, all of a sudden the enemy ships became very difficult to hit and began shooting all the time. including hard to dodge multiple shots. It's like the difficulty went from novice to insane. For me, the best bet was to keep the left difficulty switch in the B position and the right in the A position, as while I easily took care of the battle screens, I also had to manage losing ships in the other squads that the computer poorly controlled. So in the end, I was able to enjoy this game, but do wish it took care of the wrapping around screen bugs and had better difficulty options. So where am I going to rank Space Attack? Well, it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I would rather play Spider Fighter again at 53, but I will put it ahead at Carnival at 54. So out of the 93 games I've now ranked on the 2600, Space Attack is landing in the 54 position. Space Attack is not as good as Space Battle on the Intellivision, but it can be enjoyable if you read the manual first. So what do you think of Space Attack for the 2600? Whether you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to click the like and subscribe buttons. If you'd like to support the show, you could do so at Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/NoSwearGamer for more information. You can also follow me on both the Facebook or the Twitter. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and save that mothership.